if real NBA lineups are...
The 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Looking at the Nets, this season has played out nowhere close to the way they planned it. They're third from the bottom in the Eastern Conference. The Brooklyn Nets appear to be in Plan B mode. You remember when new ownership came in 2010, they spent big, traded aggressively for some big-name free agents, hoping it would put them in the hunt for a title. Hasn't exactly happened, Jet.
No, they took that shot, and it didn't work. It didn't work at all. But it's tough to rebuild now. You know, a lot of those picks were traded away to the Celtics, and they are going to just be a strong basketball team in the coming years.
Well, you're right, Ken. It didn't work. That's why they had to put a new front office in place, you know, bringing on some talent from San Antonio. We know how they do it in San Antonio. They're taking the patient route, building from the ground up.
And that is it. Just about time for tip-off. We'll see you later.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Brooklyn, New York, as the Nets take it to the hardwood here at the Barclays Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analysts, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. Last outing for Brooklyn, they won that game against the Dallas Mavericks.
And the story of that game was their terrific rhythm on the offensive end.
Right. You could tell they were in a groove all night. They looked comfortable. They didn't rush. It was gorgeous execution.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Kenny Atkinson had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, he said, we know what we have to do to beat this team because we've already done it once this year. And when I asked him about changing things up in the second meeting, he said, why would we? Until they prove they can handle us, we're not changing a thing. Sounds like he's pretty happy with the formula that won that first game, guys.
Thank you, David. Doris, late season, several championship contenders preparing their postseason strategies. It's fun to watch and the maneuvering going on. How important do you think in earning home court advantage versus being your healthiest takes advantage?
Yeah, I think if you were going to talk to any of the head coaches in the NBA, they would say to you they will always take health over home court advantage. The other thing they would say to you, Kevin, is I would rather be rested than ready. And so both of those things are important.
Interesting. And the Grizzlies start out with the ball. Now look at Memphis's starting group. In the post, it's Green and Gasol together. Tyreke Evans out there with Brooks. And it's Martin in at the three. Now here's Brooks. Off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Dishes it to Green. Evans inside, and Evans throws it down hard.
And if there's a path to the hoop, you can bet Evans is going to try and find it. He stays in constant motion, looking to get to the basket and finish at the rim.
And for D'Angelo Russell, the former number 2 overall pick in 2015 out of Ohio State. Greg, in your opinion, what makes him so special as a prospect?
I think it's all about his skill level. I mean, the league loves players who can handle, pass, and shoot. And he can do all three at an elite level. And he's not just a stationary shooter. He can hit pull-ups, a very good in-between game as well. Let's just see if he can continue his maturation process.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, and with this increased aggressiveness offensively, Russell shooting more and more free throws.
He hits the second from the line.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
Now here's Gasol. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Memphis.
And just loving the attack mode here for Russell. Off the drive there, he draws the foul.
And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through. And that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
First free throw is good. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
Knocked away. Here's Dinwiddie. Doesn't go that time. Nice D from Brooks. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the slam dunk by Russell.
How about the D there by Russell? Just using that 6'9" wingspan to jack the ball loose, then kicks it up off the fast break.
Now here's Brooks. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Denver. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Carroll with it. Evans picks him up. Boom! He jams it straight down.
But Kevin, driving with that kind of force allows Carroll to be effective.
Here's Brooks. Outside, Green. Over Allen. Green, no luck. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's Allen.
Oh, my God.
That's how you attack. Wow.
How'd he do that?
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. In transition, here come the Nets.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. The Grizzlies off to a slow start, trailing by 5. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And really the difference maker on that night, it's their ability to knock down shots from beyond.
Well, I think, Greg, that's where basketball has shifted, right? The 3-ball is so important nowadays, and they completely took advantage of it.
Martin wide open. He fires. No good, unable to end this run. Here's Russell. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Evans kicks to Gasol. Outside, Martin. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. 5th best, the Grizzlies.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Now here's Brooks. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Green inside the 3-point line.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
Carroll. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Brooks with it. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Carroll. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Good on the bucket.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
You know, you try to establish consistent substitution patterns. It helps you stay in a rhythm, and they had to go to their bench much too early.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Chance to check out stats for Gasol. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks, averaging about 18 points per, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Well, and this is exactly who he is, a flat-out scoring machine. You plug him in and let him go to work.
Kicks to Dinwiddie. Stolen by Evans. Brooks outside. And another miss by Memphis. Nets leading by 11. Carroll kicks to Dinwiddie. The pass to Russell. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Gasol setting the pick for Evans. Brooks outside. He dishes it to Gasol. 6 to shoot. Evans' shot is good.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
That one goes. Count it. Crabbe's got his second bucket tonight.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Evans passes to Gasol. And no good. Excellent D there from Allen. From the baseline. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And here's Evans. A 20-point game for him in the win against Denver.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
And Kenny Atkinson, head coach of the Nets, a New York native, grew up in Long Island.
And it is nice to have that tie to the area. Certainly with this team, we know it's going to be a process. But Kenny is home, and he's committed to developing this organization.
And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Evans.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. Right wing. Trying to find Martin. He's got it now. Here's Brooks. No good that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's Russell. He shoots again, and Allen with the layup. Allen's got 10 points in the game.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
That free throw good from Gasol. And Marc Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him, you're the best center in the game. Go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
And so he hits both.
And there aren't too many big men more dependable than Gasol. He's a skilled passer who can operate out of that high post, but also give you a little rim protection if you need it.
Allen, that's good.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Doris, you respect the art of the assist. You always have. That's part of your DNA. In the NBA now, which guys, in your opinion, are the most fun to watch in terms of their playmaking ability?
Well, I'd be interested in your take on this, but you could make the case that it's a non-point guard who's the best pure passer in the NBA. When a guy like LeBron James is differentiating between teammates about how they want to make the catch. One guy wants the ball on the seams, one guy doesn't care, and LeBron James goes to try to fit the needs of those players. Kev, come on, how good is that?
Well, it's the best. And you know what I think we're seeing? We talk about a positionless game. I think everybody's got that nice ability to pass the ball, and I think they've even taken more to an art form where they take pride in the way they set up a teammate. The passing has never been better.
Agreed.
It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Toronto. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, Brooklyn, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And right now for the Nets, one thing they don't have to worry about is not having enough free time in this summer, because they're not going anywhere near the postseason.
And there will be players on the move once this season is over. You can count on that. They have to make wholesale changes, and the front office knows it.
Here's Chalmers after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Pass to Mclemore. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Chalmers that time on the assist from Mclemore. Chalmers has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. Hollis Jefferson makes it off the glass.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Chalmers with it. He's picked up by Russell. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
There's Hollis Jefferson, and he lays it straight in. Hollis Jefferson's got his second basket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The feed to Gasol. Parsons on the wing. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Outside, Davis. Just 5 on the clock. Parsons attacking Gasol. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Allen.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
The Grizzlies trail by 17. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Memphis.
And the corner 3 has not been their shot of choice here tonight. And I think a big reason for that has been the defensive setup. They came in focused on taking away the short-range triple.
Chalmers with it. He's picked up by Russell. Great open look there. Mclemore's got his first 3 points of the game.
Obviously, he's not the top priority for the defense in those situations. It results in an open 3.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
Now, here's Chalmers. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Okafor comes in for Allen. And Harris subbed in for Damari Carroll. And the wide open shot from Chalmers. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's Okafor, and Okafor slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Gasol, and that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. That's 10 points for Marc Gasol.
Boy, his marksmanship has been unbelievable this quarter, and they're still down.
It's good. And the Nets lead by 18.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Passes to Parsons. All sorts of time. Okafor grabs the miss.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
Taken away. There's Hollis Jefferson. Oh, wow. And he dunks it down.
And I'll tell you what, Hollis Jefferson doesn't mind showing out a little bit. What a sensational leaper.
Memphis has gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. He's putting up about 17 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
Now, here's Chalmers. After D'Angelo Russell's miss. Tipped away. One-on-one here. The offensive rebound. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 10.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Feeds to Gasol. Now here's Mclemore outside. That shot off. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And it's Okafor off the drive. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's on Ben Mclemore. The Nets shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
At the line for
2 shots.
The first one falls. And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg, 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
Both free throws good for Okafor. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. And Chalmers kicks to Gasol. And that one drops. He's got 12.
I'll tell you, he's doing everything scoring-wise this period to try to keep them in it.
Here's Okafor. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Gasol. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Davis kicks to Mclemore. Davis sets a screen. It's stolen. And they're on the break. Goes up. And Okafor slams it in.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
The Nets shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Memphis, Chandler Parsons out there with Davis. Then it's Mclemore. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Gasol. And at the pivot, manning the middle. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Well, these are the players you don't want to give any space to beyond the arc right now. The best long-range shooting guards in the past 10 games. The fourth spot held by Ben Mclemore.
These guys are gunners. I mean, they've got the green light at all times because of their three-point shooting. I mean, they are cash money.
You don't want to get into a three-point contest with any of these players. The range we see among that group is beyond belief. Even against the tightest of coverage, no shot is a bad shot for any of them.
Now, here's Chalmers. Defense right on him. Here's Gasol. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Gasol's got 14 points.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
As long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here.
Oh!
My goodness. Well, Karis LeVert has great size to see over the defense and terrific vision there.
Grizzlies have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. The dish to Gasol. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Gasol's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. And Chalmers kicks to Gasol. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Okafor. And no good. Good work defensively by Gasol. Nobody near Parsons. And the 3 off target. Harris inside. Covered by Parsons. Got that one up quick.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Mclemore dishes to Chalmers. Pass to Davis. Back to Chalmers. Gasol a screen. Shot clock at 6. Parsons for 3. A second chance effort. And there's the nice layup by Gasol. Gasol's got 20.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Doris, what an honor. Inducted into your college's Hall of Fame, something not many of us can say. What does that kind of honor do for the confidence for you personally going forward?
You know what? Providence College is a place that means a great deal to me. So what that Hall of Fame induction did was just remind me of all the special memories that I shared with my teammates. I'm close with many of them today. And Kevin, you know this. You know, if you've ever been inside a locker room, it's those moments when you're laughing until your stomach hurts. I'd say we were the Hall of Fame fun team. That's what I'd say.
I think we're on the fun team here on 2K. So for the Nets, Alan Crabb, he's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Green, he's checked in for Davis. Jarrell Martin comes in for Chandler Parsons. Brooks checked in for Ben Mclemore. And Tyreek Evans subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Right side, Martin. Offensive rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Crabb, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Crabb's got 6.
Well, second chance points can come from extreme effort on the offensive glass. Case in point there.
Green draws the double. And it's Martin penetrating. Brooks with no one around. And off the front iron, and in it goes. The Nets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter.
Now, Kevin, this game has been all Hollis Jefferson. He's getting to his spots and capitalizing.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Now here's Brooks, guarded closely. Evans outside. Poked away. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Crabb. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots, off to a good start.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And the steal then right into the fast break. Great awareness.
Yes, intercepted the ball in stride. Turnovers like this are devastating to the opposition.
Crabb kicks to Dinwiddie. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight.
Man, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
Here's Brooks. He has 5. Outside, Martin. Green left side. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis moving it around. And there's Martin. That's good on the assist by Evans. Martin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. There's Hollis Jefferson, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, to me, this is what Hollis Jefferson does very well. This guy, a phenomenal dunker with the ups he has.
Memphis has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. That one falls.
Well, everything starts with a great pass, right? That's really pretty.
Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Brooks outside. It's Martin on the wing. And the wide open shot from Green. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 4 assists now tonight.
His shot's hitting on another level here in the second. I mean, it's looking effortless now.
Count that one.
Well, I'll tell you, excellent job from Hollis Jefferson. This guy's so skilled at getting terrific position down low.
His leads have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%.
And you'll hear some say the sleeper of that 2015 draft was Rondé Hollis Jefferson. I mean, a fractured ankle his rookie season limited him to just those 29 games. But when healthy, he's shown he can be a force defensively.
The Grizzlies shooting well. They're at 45%. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got 24.
I tell you, get the feeling he's only going to get better as this game wears on. That first quarter was good. His second quarter has been great.
Evans kicks to Brooks. Gasol against Okafor. There's Green with the 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3. And Greg, what separates Hollis Jefferson, do you think, as an NBA defender?
Physicality, quickness to go along with anticipation. I mean, with his pressure D, He's able to suffocate perimeter players and rack up steals. And don't forget versatility. He's a guy that can guard multiple positions, and that's a huge asset for any team.
Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Damari Carroll comes in for Stauskas, and he makes that one.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
To the middle. Here's Gasol. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. He's got 22.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
There's Green with the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. One-on-one fast break. Carroll, no one around him. And it's off the back rim, no good. The shot by Martin. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Stolen by Brooks. Trying his luck deep. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 8 rebounds in this game.
I'll tell you, he's been dry from three-point range in the second quarter after hitting one in the first.
Grizzlies shooting 48% on their attempts here in quarter number 2. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Martin. Martin's got 3 assists in the game. Carroll, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
There's no slowing Damari Carroll down on that one. What a hard drive at the rack.
Over in the corner, Green sinks the triple. Green's got 13.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Inside, here's Allen, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here is Martin. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Boy, the score would look a lot different if his teammates could have had the kind of night he's had.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
It's just so great to see ball movement like this, and he is excellent at getting his teammates involved.
Evans kicks to Gasol. 1:58 left in the first half of basketball. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down. And, of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Deontay Davis is checked in for Green. Parsons comes in for Jarrell Martin. Then Mclemore, he's checked in for Brooks. And it's Chalmers in for Tyreke Evans. Free throw drops for Gasol. And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and, of course, KG. But unfortunately, all past their primes. That team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Well, this guy loves the phrase, quote, hard work is a talent, and you can see Damari Carroll's work on the glass there.
And Chalmers kicks to Mclemore. This is to Chalmers. There's the pick. Davis sets a screen. 5 to shoot. Parsons for 3. Fresh 24 for the Grizzlies.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Here's Carroll. It doesn't go for him. Davis with some nice D. The Grizzlies shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Here's Mclemore. Not enough on that one as it misses. Gwinnett shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Carroll passes to Allen. Gasol with the defensive effort.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Parsons for three with the tip, and Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got 33.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Russell against Chalmers. He kicks it to Davis. He feeds it to Mclemore. Right side Gasol. The putback.
And nice hustle by Russell, trying to make himself into more of a two-way player.
And so it's Brooklyn, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game, and that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
And how about that? Already through two quarters and some change, he's got a double-double.
I'll tell you, he took over the game in that first half, Greg. They really have got to find a way to slow this guy down.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. We've got Russell. Allen is out there with DeMarre Carroll. Then it's Allen Crabbe, and it's Dinwiddie in at the one. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. Now Evans. It's Martin on the wing. Off target from outside. To the right side. Here's Crabbe. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Crabbe's got 12.
And they're just dominating on both ends. And it's reflected now in the score.
Oh, absolutely, Greg. They're absolutely rolling in sync totally on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Here's Carroll. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his fifth basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Good on the shot. He's got 15.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, I think he can make an impact in just about every phase of the floor. This guy, DeMarre Carroll's mid-range has got it going.
Here's Russell. Can't hit that one. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And it's Brooks in the corner. No good on the three. Nets have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. We have a number of young teams in the league, Doris, with a lot of talent, but not many wins. Still in the process of learning how to win. What can a coach do to keep them confident and inspire them through the tough times, the growing pains?
You know, Kev, I think one thing you always hear coaches talk about is the process, and you can't skip steps. And so I think if you throw yourself into trying to get better every single day. And I would say look no further than Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, who started their careers on an Oklahoma City team that barely broke double-digit wins in the NBA. But both were diligent, both kept to the course, and both continued to work hard. And now you've got two guys who really are MVP-level kind of guys.
And don't you see the stair-step, too, for a guy like Kawhi Leonard, who every year picks up something different to do to enhance his overall game?
You know, that's a great point. The Spurs would tell you they built his game brick by brick.
And so Russell hits them both.
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the two bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Well, this is a tough night so far. They'd be smart to rely more on a couple of their other options.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it. What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Crabs got 6 here in this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Evans kicks to Gasol. Memphis moving that ball around. Carroll with the rebound.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
And Russell gets it to go.
Keeping the pressure on and starting to pad this lead around the halfway point.
Yeah, seems like they're starting to pull away a bit right now. They just look a little faster and a little hungrier than the opposition right now.
Here's Evans. Yep, it counts. Evans has got 6 points.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking.
Oh!
Yes.
Goodness.
Wow, give him some style points on the slam, Kevin. My goodness.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. Green kicks to Brooks. And there's the pass to Gasol. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 35 points for Marc Gasol.
Well, he is so efficient, so productive. But for them to have real success, he needs help.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
They get it back. No good with the layup.
Not the kind of strong finish it should have been. Something threw him off.
Allen, that's good. Allen's got 24.
Well, mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
Gasol setting the pick for Evans. There's the double team with Allen. And finished off by Gasol.
And I love the unselfishness in that pick and roll. Evans knows how to zip passes through the D in those sets.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Allen.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
It's the Nets now. Here's Carroll. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Green with a screen on Russell. Back to Brooks. This one for 3. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Brooks has got 8 points. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Yeah, the call goes Carroll's way thanks to the effort he puts in. He doesn't back away from the contact.
For Brooklyn, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, They're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good.
And really, the first 3 or 4 seasons of his career, DeMarre Carroll was kind of a fringe rotation player. I think once his three-point shooting took form in Atlanta, that's when his value as a player skyrocketed.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Okafor is checked in for Allen. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Crabb. And Stauskas subbed in for Russell. And for DeMarre Carroll, able to hit the 3, but it all starts for him, Greg, at the defensive end.
Yeah, he can be an intimidator on that side of the ball, and with his lockdown mentality defensively, he only needs to provide complementary scoring to be a key contributor.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
The shot by Evans, nobody around. Evans can't get that one to fall.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Here's Okafor. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Intercepted. Here's Stauskas. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Memphis has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the 3rd. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Count that bucket.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Evans outside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Look, guys, you think back to 2013 when the Nets pushed all their chips in for a title. When that collapsed, they had to embrace Plan B. So what do? They go into the Spurs organization, hire from that brain trust, and now are trying to build from the ground up.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And the new Nets leadership now thinking long term.
Right, Kev. I think that this is a team, an organization that wants high-character individuals. They're using words like consistency and sustainability. If you want the model, it's the Spurs' 2-decade playoff run. That's the goal for the Brooklyn Nets.
And so Gasol nails them both. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice statistic.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
And Parsons kicks to Chalmers. He dishes it to Mclemore. Pass to Chalmers. The feed to Gasol. Parsons outside. Launches it. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 4 assists in the game.
I tell you, just a great step up for Parsons. He's lethal from out there. Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Gasol setting the pick for Chalmers. Kicks to Davis. It's tipped. In transition, here come the Nets, and Okafor slams it in.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
Now, here's Chalmers. Defense right on him. Gasol. Rebounded by the Nets. Hollis Jefferson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Okafor with no one around. No good from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Davis throws it down.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Here's Dinwiddie. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. And Chalmers kicks to Parsons. Parsons on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
I'll tell you, I hate to say it, but he's been dragging them down all night. The effort's there, but he continues to be ice cold.
Bucket is good. 22 points for Jahlil Okafor.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
I'll tell you, what an effort on the glass. Even with this lead, they're still going all out.
You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Count it.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Pass to Gasol. Rebound, Brooklyn.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
They get the rebound. Stolen by Chalmers. Mclemore inside the line. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Okafor. And that's a foul called on Nick Stauskas. That's his first foul. Harris is checked in for the Nets. The Grizzlies shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Okafor with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's LeVert. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And there's a deceptive strength to the lean frame of Karis LeVert, showing tremendous strength on his way to a tough finish.
The Grizzlies shooting around 40% in the third, maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. Now, here's Chalmers. Defense right on him. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And there's 1:45 left to play in the third. Feeds it to Chalmers. Clock at 6. Parsons for 3. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got assist number 8 now on the night. 3-pointer. Poked loose. Parsons on the wing. Inside. Okafor with the steal. Here's LeVert. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, Karis LeVert can fill it up from anywhere, but this guy is a terrific mid-range scorer.
And Chalmers kicks to Mclemore. Here's Parsons, and he lays it straight in. Parsons got 8.
You know, you have to like that he's still getting quality touches and delivering now after getting blanked in the first half.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Hands it from downtown. And so it's Memphis with it. Parsons on the wing. Fires the 3. Trains the 3-pointer. 11 points in the game.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Hollis Jefferson, good.
Hollis Jefferson fears no one, Kevin. It's incredible watching him outwork people in the paint.
Mclemore with the ball to the inside. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Okafor with 1 on the clock. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Boy, you call that a perfect closeout. You love the aggressiveness on the offensive end leading to that final shot.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. This has been a one-sided matchup, and I don't see any signs of it lessening. Back to the action after this word. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Grizzlies shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. Chalmers is out there with Harrison. Then there's Davis. Then it's Johnson. And it's Parsons in at the 3 slot. And the basket by Harris.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Right, really a disappointing effort on the defensive end, not offering any challenge at all at the cup.
Johnson the screen. And Parsons kicks to Harrison. Another shot. Excellent D there from Okafor.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Harris has gone 6 of 7 from the field here, getting just about everything to drop. Parsons outside. There's the triple. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Harris misses. Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Chalmers. He's tightly guarded. Expanding his range. He can't get it to go. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Cunningham gets the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Parsons gets it to go. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And I'll tell you, this is the last thing you want to see.
I just feel so bad for him. What he's going through right now, you just have to hope and pray that it's not too serious.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Rabs checked in for Davis, and it's Selden in for Parsons. Here's Cunningham, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I think, guys, when you look at the Nets offense, you cannot knock their shot selection. They want to push the pace, drive the rack, and take a ton of threes. They are always hunting for high-efficiency shots.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. But despite their shot selection, the results haven't been good for the Nets.
Right, Kev. This is one of the worst offenses in the league. Low shooting percentage from just about every spot on the floor, and turnovers. They were a huge problem for this group.
No good on the second free throw. Doris, looking at the way the playoffs are set up, the top 8 teams from each conference get in. So at what point might the league eliminate divisions altogether?
I don't think that's far in the future, to be perfectly honest with you. What I'm as curious about, Kevin, is would they ever see the teams regardless of Eastern or Western Conference, because there seems to be some disparity in level of competition. Is that something you'd like to see, Kevin, where the teams are simply seeded 1 through 16 based on record?
I don't think I'd mind it, Doris, but I do like the fact that, kind of like in the other sports, where you don't have the familiarity, but you always think about what would it be like to see a 5-game series, Cleveland Golden State, whereas in the regular season, just there and at home. And there's something, I think, kind of mysterious, and you can project so many different things. It's great fodder before a series begins.
No question. It'll be
Okafor, the pass to Whitehead. Again, the Nets for 2.
I'll tell you, that play was not as easy as he made it look. A moving target, it has to be perfectly placed, really pretty.
Harrison kicks to Johnson. They double-team Johnson. To the wing right side. The dish to Brooks. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
Goes up off the inbound. Whitehead's shot is off. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Pass to Rab. Here's Harrison. On the wing, Brooks. There's the pass to Selden. 5 on the clock. Banked in off the glass. Selden's got 5 points in the quarter.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Whitehead. That shot off the mark. And Memphis the other way now. And stolen by Harris. Shoots the 3. A rebound by Rab.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
A chance here to get a quick injury report. We've got a chance to check up on Chandler Parsons' status. David?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Grizzlies. They checked out his foot, and it appears he may have sprained his toe on that play. Boy, losing a player like him right now, just a huge blow. They depend on this guy so much, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Well, and barring any of those setbacks, Greg, I wouldn't be surprised to see him back ahead of the schedule they've laid out for him.
Ball's knocked loose. Here's AC. Nice D from Brooks.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Quincy AC. That is his first foul of the game. And Brooklyn making a change here. Stauskas is checked in. And so it's Memphis with it. To the paint. Okafor with the steal. Here's AC. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Grizzlies have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Dishes it to Brooks. Here's Harrison. Brooks outside. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Nets have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Here's Whitehead. Offline with his 3.
Well, there's no consistency from the field in this quarter. We'll see if he can get his shot going.
Brooklyn's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. From outside, off the mark.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Poked loose. Selden kicks to Harrison. 3-pointer. The Grizzlies with another miss.
A nightmare quarter for this guy. Simply can't buy a bucket.
Stauskas with the bucket.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Harrison kicks to Selden. In transition, here come the Nets.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Yeah, I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
And it's Okafor off the drive, and then Okafor slams it in.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Okafor comes in with the double team. It's stolen by Stauskas. And then Okafor slams it in.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for him.
I think, Greg, the faster the tempo, the better they are. And I love the pace they're playing with right now.
Here's Zeldin. Here's Johnson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. For three, Harris. And he's good on the three ball. Harris has got 7 now in this quarter. And for Memphis, they're shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. It's Brooks on the wing. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Okafor. Some changes for Memphis. Deontay Davis has checked in for Bryce Johnson. Mclemore has come in for Brooks. And it's Chalmers in for Harrison. For Memphis, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Okafor comes in with the double team, and out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Tyreke Evans has checked in for Zeldin. Brooklyn's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep, and that one good.
That is really solid low-post offense. You cannot waste those chances.
Pass to Rab. Now here's Mclemore. Not a lot of room. And the outcome of the collective bargaining agreement and a potential 11-year stretch of labor peace, one of the longest in league history. Doris, what does that mean for this great game of ours?
Well, it means certainly that we can all take a sigh of relief. Everybody wants to play basketball and see basketball played. So great for the players, their representation, great for the league, and certainly great for the fans and the television partners.
And Doris, I sense such fairness on both ends, too. It really is a partnership.
I think it would be wise for both the players and the ownership to remember they need each other to peacefully coexist and to thrive. And when you're trying to get an agreement that does the best by both parties, this is what you can have. You can have a long stretch of labor peace that makes everyone happy.
Well said. Grizzlies making a switch here. Johnson's checked in.
What's up, gentlemen?
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Puts it up off the inbound, and the basket by Harris.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting well. They're at 45%. Harris on the double team to the paint. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Chalmers. Chalmers has got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Okafor, and Okafor slams it in.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And Chalmers kicks to Mclemore. Memphis moving that ball around, and Davis puts it in.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Here's Okafor, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-backs. Doris, how much is that going to help the players, you think, stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious to see. Everybody was frustrated by the number of preseason games. They didn't matter. And so I think by taking some of those games that have zero impact on the season, zero impact on how you evaluate and put your team together, is going to be critical to avoiding back-to-backs and the dreaded 4 games in 5 nights. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Doris, we're going to get a better product in the regular season. We're going to see players fresher, less injured. I mean, it's a win-win.
Agreed.
Chalmers dishes to Evans. Down low, Davis. The basket good off the assist from Evans. And 11 points for Davis.
That's an example of great communication.
Whoa!
Stop it!
I tell you what, you've got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man from attacking.
And Greg, even then, he might just go over it. Check out the elevation he gets here. My goodness. Evans against Harris. Here's Davis, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Brooklyn.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jahlil Okafor.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
How good is that pass? Certainly makes the offensive opportunity easy.
And Okafor slams it in.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Well, you can't have any room for error late in a game like this, so they put the finishing touches in style. I love how they closed.
Davis kicks to Johnson. Now here's Mclemore, guarded closely. Clock at 4. Davis down low. He feeds it to Chalmers. Ripped away. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Joe Harris at the line for 2.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're leading. 15 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
You know, I think it's an opportunity just for the coach to see some execution. Finish this thing out the right way.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jahlil Okafor.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way they were going to sit him down once he got going, and the crowd has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. First one falls for him. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And here's Evans outside, and the Grizzlies get it back. Johnson, the pass to Mclemore. Evans outside. Got a piece of it, and so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.